So the title of the article
Okay.
is "Men Are Going to Brutal Boot Camps to Reclaim Their Masculinity. How did we get here?" Which is just like, it implies so much, you know.
Of course, it's a very snappy little title.
But you know, one of the points is like, men are seeking out difficult experiences, says a licensed therapist. They're seeking out groups, they're seeking out tribes, they're seeking out some sort of social bonding and sense of social capital. And they're turning to these groups that, to me, feel like they're giving people a bit of a false sense of that. Which ties into the, like, you know, we were, which is a good point to get into, because we were talking about the importance of community.
Yeah.
And how it can be really fulfilling to plug into some community and affect that community, you know, or it just be a genuine part of it or whatever. I mean, I don't want to pick on this one specific one, because it's like anything out there, there's going to be bad things.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we talk about police. There's good police and there's bad police. There's good soldiers, there's bad soldiers. There's good teachers, there's bad teachers. Like, it's everything, you know, like,
yeah,
it's just fun to pick on one that's like really extreme, you know, where they're like basically mocking these people.
But we also know that, like, most of like physical exertion, which is what they're talking about, is more, it's mental.
100%.
And if you look at Mark Divine and what he teaches, it's about mental toughness and resiliency and being a good leader.
I mean, I don't know how many times I've read that, like, the people that wash out of the Buds SEALs, which is the week-long Hell Week, whatever, it's Buds Hell Week. He's like, the first people that wash out are the, like, you know, blue chip athletes. They're the ones that wash out because they've just relied on their athleticism their whole life. They've never had to, like, develop the mental capacity.
That's what the grit is. That's where the grit comes in, I guess.
I don't know. It's like, but it made me relook at a lot of things. Like, it made me relook at that Kokoro camp and be like, is that one of those things? You know, this is really funny.
Kind of. I mean,
whereas like this one, they would get negative comments and people would just pile on, but like the SealFIT would get a negative comment and people would like be defending it. What makes it different?
Would you do this if resources weren't a factor? Would you go do this?
No, not the modern day night one. I would do the Kokoro one in a heartbeat.
I have to read more about that one. I don't know much about, but
just think of like the most extreme one that you could think of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like
complete beatdown.
It's just a complete beatdown. It's like one of the famous Instagram videos is out there is like there's these dudes climbing up a hill and the cadre, the instructor guys, just literally pulling them back down the hill.
Oh,
and being like, you're a piece of shit, you know, and pulling them back down the hill.
Yeah.
And they don't really do that in the SealFIT. In the SealFIT, they push you, but they have like respect for you in the process. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a little more respectful. And I don't know if I'm just picking nits. I'm just picking the differences, but like they sure feel different, you know?
Well, I think we can tie the book into this, is like they talk about every person has their own strengths, weaknesses, and not everyone's a genius. Not everyone's going to be the peak of physical specimen.
We can't all be special.
We can't all be superior.
Right.
Well, I say superior.
We
but
sure feel that way.
Yeah, whatever you want to say it.